Can I help you, Oreo? Oh, you're quite content to sit in my spot? You're in my way, miss. Fine. I will not interrupt you. Hey, everyone. The news here is, I am moving out of the house. I'm moving out to live with my girlfriend, so this may be the last for a while, but the last movie review vlog that Miles and I will be doing here for a long time. So, I thought we were just gonna pick a movie. Initially I was gonna we were gonna go see a good movie. We were gonna go see Gravity. But then, I was like, no, let's go see a movie you hadn't seen yet. Because he'd already had the good taste to go see Gravity. And I was like, no, I'm working. So then we decided to be like, I was like, well, what haven't we seen yet? What came out this week? And you're like, Carrie and then Escape Plan. And I'm like, oh, Stallone and Schwarzenegger, that's going to be awesome. No, I wanted to see Escape Plan. And I was not disappointed. It was exactly what I thought it would be. But first we must talk about the trailers. Oh boy! These trailers.
First, say just one, really. I mean,
first Thor 2, same thing. Second, we'll go. Second, I know the one you're talking about. Yeah. But what were the other ones? We'll get to the main event here, but
I honestly don't remember.
You don't remember because the big one drowned them out. Right?
Well, the rest were ones we've seen before, so they were all a blur.
I think there was one we hadn't seen before, but anyway, no, the one trailer that stuck out, the one movie that's just the January shit shovel, the shitty movie that the studios have been sitting on for months, that they just offload at the beginning of the year, the shitty January movie. Frankenstein. Describe I, Frankenstein for the folks at home, Miles, please.
Well, we want to have, Frankenstein's monster.
No.
But,
no.
Well, that's the one thing, is like, people will be confused.
No,
we can't call him Frankenstein's monster. It's Frankenstein, that's for one, but what if, in a twist, he's like an ass kicker for good?
Yeah.
And, we can't have him be like before, where he's all deformed and shit like that.
He's a good-looking guy.
He's got some scars, manly scars, by the way, to show how manly he is.
They're dude scars, they're like, they're sex dude scars,
But he'll have his shirt off all the time.
Shirts off,
and
dude's cut,
washboard abs, and dude just kung fu fights gargoyles or angels or whatever the fuck they are.
It's hard to tell because the CG is such shit. You could tell from the first frame of the movie, I was like, you heard me, I was like, oh fuck. Because it was like, I said, oh fuck, it's one of those. And you're like, yup.
This is like a fake trailer from like Tropic Thunder or something like that. It's a parody of Underworld series.
No. That's the second thing, but yeah, go on.
It's just like it's like the magnetic poetry or the bullshit you pull out of a hat. It's like Frankenstein. What does he do? Ninjas.
Frankenstein ninjas. But yeah, first off, it looked like one of those fake movies, like at the beginning of, that you used to see at the beginning of. At comedy movies, like when you'd see characters in a movie watching a movie at the theater, and they're watching some really shitty, you know what I mean, and they're like, Ninja Frankenstein, he kicks ass and he's a ninja, and that's what it is. Aaron Eckhart is Frankenstein because he's Frankenstein. There's like some kind of like evil witch who turns from a harpy, gargoyle harpy, and she's like, I'll get you, Frankenstein! And I'm like, oh god.
And if there's if I don't stop him, there's going to be an army of Frankensteins.
Yes.
I could have swore like he would have said, "There's an army of Frankensteins coming."
Yeah, he's like, there's a dark tide coming, and only I can stop it. And there's something like, something like
they want to harness his Frankensteinness for others.
It's like they're gonna find your secret, and if they discover it, there's gonna be no stop. Like they're gonna replicate it, and there's gonna be no stopping it. There's gonna be an army of Frankensteins, and I'm like, this is awesome.
He pulls out these blade
fucking
things,
double knives,
and he's just like, oh.
Yeah, because he like takes his coat off. He does this Dante thing where he's just got a coat and no shirt, and he's just like, sex is on, and he's got the two knives. He's like, shing. But yeah, from the first frame, these really shitty gargoyles fly into the shot, and I just go, oh god. And the second thing I thought was like, this looks like a really shitty Underworld spoof. And then as soon as I said that, this big credit flies onto the screen that says, from the director of Underworld.
The producers.
From the producers of Underworld, and I'm like, yup. It was like, I called this beat for beat. It's like, this is like if you made a fake movie based on Underworld, only this is a real movie based on Underworld. And I'm like, this blows my mind. And then as soon as the title is just the cherry. Because he's like walking towards the camera, and he's got his shirt off, and he's got the fucking knives in his hand, and he's like, this is my calling. This is my curse. I am Frankenstein. And then it goes, I, Frankenstein. And you're just laughing your ass off. And you're like, I am so there. And I'm like, you would be, you sick motherfucker.
Because it's so horrible.
I know, right? You could have just, you were almost just like, you can't top that. And just almost like walked up.
It's just the absolute bottom of talent and creativity.
I was like,
it's the perfect storm.
I was like, Aaron Eckhart. Who was in that movie? Was Aaron Eckhart? There was actually some names in that movie, right?
I wasn't noticing.
There was Aaron Eckhart. There was 2 or 3 names in that flick. I can't remember, but I was going at like, how could you? And how could you? You remember how I was doing that? It's terrible. Fucking terrible. But yeah. Escape Plan. It's really remarkable that Stallone and Schwarzenegger haven't done more of these team-ups in the past. And it's actually fun that they're doing it now. But of all times, it's just kind of, it's fun that they're doing it now, and at the same time, it's really kind of strange that that today, that we still haven't managed to find like the next wave of action heroes. I always kind of very nostalgic for the 80s, the 80s action hero guys who were, the Van Damme, Stallone, Schwarzenegger, the big three. Seagal to the lesser extent. We still haven't moved on. The Expendables. All those guys who were in the Expendables, those were the big guys, and the Expendables was kind of that reunion tour, and we still haven't managed to find anyone aside from, and I guess the Expendables was kind of a way to try to introduce new blood into that in terms of like Statham, sort of.
Even he's not young.
Yeah.
He's about 40.
Jet Li, who is basically retired at this point. No, don't get me wrong, Jet Li is seriously one of my favorite martial artists of all time. If you ever saw fucking Fist of Legend, it's seriously like probably, if not it's not my favorite, but it's seriously like top 3, of martial arts movies all time. It's fucking awesome. But like, yeah, we still haven't managed to top that. But yeah, Stallone and Schwarzenegger, these guys go great together. It's just kind of a bummer they're not. Back in the day, these guys would have been fucking great. I don't know. Maybe it's
born out of necessity now.
Yeah.
In the past, they just wanted to make money on their own, and their name alone could draw box office. Whereas now, I kind of need to pair things up for the nostalgia exploitation.
Yeah, I guess they didn't need each other. You know, you got Terminator, you got Schwarzenegger. You don't need fucking Stallone. You know, they had their own thing. You know, Stallone and Rambo, and you know. Whatever. But yeah, now you've got escape plan, and right off the bat, you've got this absurd premise where Stallone plays. Fuck, you're not. Actually, they mentioned his Breslin. They mentioned his name enough times that it's actually fairly important. And so yeah, he plays a professional prison escape artist guy who is paid millions of dollars by the Federal Bureau of Prisons to test that the maximum security prisons of the country are 100% escape proof. And he is broken out of every one of them. You see my problem.
Well, especially since he's written a book.
Yes.
That's like, these are the things that always happen to get people to break out.
Yes.
And essentially, I think he says, like, nothing ever changes.
Yes.
It's these same three things that happen.
Yes.
So essentially, he's breaking in or getting in and doing the exact same damn thing that happens in the book.
Correct.
To get out.
Correct.
So you don't need to pay him millions. You buy a library card.
Yes.
Save you millions right there.
This book has been published. This book has been published for years. It's well known, and let's be real here. I can't believe it. You know why do I bother? I'm factually poking holes in
escape plan.
In Stallone Schwarzenegger crossover. Fuck it. But like, okay, first off, they're paying Stallone millions of dollars. Millions. I think his normal fee is $2.5 million because when he's hired for his ultimate job, they're like, we're going to double your fee, $5 million. Okay, my math is perfect. So, I think. Anyway, so they're like, okay, $2.5 million to break out of a prison. You know, you worked in corrections briefly. Now, I'm not saying the jails you worked in were 100% escape proof, but you know, if the state or the federal government had $2.5 million to just throw around, I don't think they just throw it at fucking Sylvester Stallone. I think they'd throw it at the prison and maybe improve the infrastructure a little bit. They'd maybe pay like $100 for the book and then like maybe improve the prison a little bit. I don't know. Maybe not. Actually, knowing the government, probably knowing the efficiency of the federal government, I don't know. But yeah, like I said, premise right away. No.
So he breaks out initially, and a woman supposedly from the CIA comes to him and says, "We'll pay you double your normal fee if you go to this super secret black ops, super duper, ultra not escape, we swear prison that the hardest of the hardcore will go to."
Yeah.
And Stallone just goes, "Okay,
all right."
Not even. But everyone else around him is going like, "Why? Why are we doing this?"
Well,
and he's just like,
"It's $5 million.
$5 million."
Actually, it's not even. They do explain it because of his backstory, but it's worse than your.
Later on, they do, but not really.
It's worse. It's actually far worse than you're making it sound. I have to go into detail here. I don't mean I'm gonna let you finish. You're glossing over like 95% of the details.
All right.
Okay, she goes into the office and she's like, "I have this super duper ultra super duper max super awesome prison that I want you to break out of, and I'll pay you $5 million. I got this super giant fucking Publishers Clearinghouse check I'm gonna give you as shitload of zeros." He's like, ooh, now I'm listening. And she's like, all right, now, nobody knows this, but unofficially, we've built this prison for people that the United States wants to... And Stallone is like, exterminate? And she's like, no! Yes, no!
Disappeared.
Disappear. He's like, oh. And so he's like, so she's like, yeah, now you're getting it. He's like, alright. So she's like, so we got this place that we can throw, like, complete assholes into that are, like, the worst guys ever. The worst! Worst! And so, like, these guys can never get out of here because they're like, if one of these guys gets out here, it's like fucking apocalypse. So you gotta go in there and you gotta make sure that nobody can fucking get out. And he's like, wow, okay. So, alright. And so, but she's like, now. And so, like, they're like, isn't this highly illegal? And she's like, well, the government's not really sanctioning this. So, but like, they ask her like point blank, isn't this incredibly illegal? And she's like, well, the government isn't sanctioning this. And I'm like, that's not an answer. And I'm like, the answer is yes. This is massively illegal. But she's like, no, it's privately financed. And I'm like, it is massively illegal no matter who the fuck finances it. You stupid harpy. And like, whatever. So, and so then, first off, not first off, anyway, but so she's like, you got this real problem where you have a CIA agent who is just completely spilling the beans on like the most illegal thing ever that is unofficially sanctioned by the US government. I don't care how she's fucking spinning this. This is government money. Black Ops fund my ass. Alright? Plus, this is in an insecure location. Which is, like, if this guy has any brains whatsoever, he is tape recording. Alright? So, like, third, if he turns down the job, she just told him everything without signing any kind of, like, confidentiality agreement. Oh my god. They could go to the papers tomorrow. Ugh. So then, she's like, oh, by the way, these are the conditions. We won't tell you where it is. We won't tell your friends where it is. You'll get paid up front, whoop-de shit, because you'll be in jail the whole time. And, like, since you know nobody knows where it is, like, how... If you don't break out, you'll be there forever. So there's like, oh, you'll get this escape code that, like, there's no failsafe here. Like there's an escape code. I'm like, well, whooped, great. What if that doesn't? That doesn't work. And so they're like, dude, like Breslin, this is really fucking stupid. And he's like, whatever. And he go anyway.
I have nothing better to do.
Yeah.
So they...
I'll be right back.
They put a chip in his arm, in Breslin's arm, so they're just like, super secret, we'll keep this under tabs. You know, this will just be between us so we know where you're at. And so we always know in case the government decides to screw you. And so they pick him up, they immediately tear the chip out, break it, and he gets sent off to the Supermax prison, which... The team that Breslin has is this blonde girl that I don't even know, and it's 50 Cent as the tech genius.
Oh my god!
Okay, I don't even buy 50 Cent when he played 50 Cent in Get Rich or Die Trying. Here he's playing the tech genius.
Who the fuck cast this man?
I
Why?
I remember film critic Mark Kermode. One of his things is he goes like, he was recalling the time he saw Courage Under Fire or whatever, and he goes, Meg Ryan as a helicopter pilot. No, I'm done, and just walked out. He's like, no, I don't buy it.
This is not a movie, sir.
And walked out. And this one, 50 Cent as your tech genius. Nope.
Oh, come on. You're being unfair. He was method in that movie. He was method. He lived that role. He wore glasses, goddammit. Glasses!
He's mumbling technobabble through his giant teeth.
He wasn't. He wasn't mumbling technobabble.
He's like, firewall.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. That was what killed me. Was like, he was like, this is what he was doing. He didn't. You say that, but he wasn't. He's like, she's like, where is he? And he goes, I don't know. And she's like, well, keep looking.
But still, he's like, I got this super secret web page that there's NSA prison. I downloaded this.
Yeah, that's as much as the technobabble he's got.
That's the technobabble.
But he's like, I downloaded this off the internet, and that's it. It's like, and so they're like, and at the halfway point of the movie, he's like, Angela, guess what I got off the internet? I got these plans. I did a Google search, and I found this. And he's like, he brings up these blueprints. He's like, check it out. I was looking at secret jail plans, and I found this on Google.
I got this on Reddit.
He's like, I didn't find this on Google, and then I thought, what if I banged it? And I used Bing. Ain't nobody used Bing. And then I was like, you're brilliant, 50.
Keep working on it.
He's like, I'm on it. He's
They needed more of him. There's every 5
No, they
minutes.
didn't.
Every 5 minutes, you're like, any more? Nah.
Oh, what? What? Oh, shit. No, I was playing Diablo 3. This game is fucking addicting, man. But that was what killed me, is they didn't give him technobabble. Usually they're just like, shit, man. These government firewalls are blocking all my sockets, yo. Like, you know, so something like, they always like firewalls. Firewalls are everything. Like, they breached all the firewalls. It's military grade hardware, you know. Like,
there's a Trojan.
There's worms
eating through our firewall.
Yeah, worms. Yeah, there's a Hydra. But no, there was no technobabble. He's just typing real fast. He's like, man, I can't find nothing. And they're like, keep looking. All right. Like, that's it. That was the entire... Every scene.
There was a few more scenes. They go... Because they know something's up.
Man, this is buried deep.
It's like, this is crazy, man. He's gone. I don't know where he is. And so they go to obvious villain.
Yeah.
Who's... spoilers! The obvious villain, Vincent D'Onofrio obvious villain, who dresses in like this Tom Wolfe white hat and is always just like very dainty, using like hand sanitizer, just like. And so they go to him and they're just like, "Where is Breslin?" And he's just like, "Chill out."
It's like, would you relax? Everything's fine.
And Biddy's in the back just going like,
Oh, yeah, this is his acting. He's like,
God damn it! Tell me
exactly. He's like, Breslin's been missing for over 7 days, and then he does. Yeah, he does. He actually he's about to leave, and he's like, would you relax? It's only been 7 days. Do you have any idea how long this normally takes to break out of prison? Last time he was in there for over a month. And he's like, this is on your head. You talked him into this. And and then he leaves. Yeah, he literally, like, he literally said his line. He said his line, and then was like, and then walked out. He was like, he couldn't process the ability to, you know, ordinarily you'd be like, this is on your head. He's been, like, you know, I'm sorry, it was like, this is on your head. You talked him into this. Something like that, you know. He couldn't do the blocking. He couldn't multitask this. And I'm not saying any kind of great shakes as an actor, but like he was like, finish line, act angry. And I'm like,
Yeah, we had several of those scenes where they'd just be like, it's been 2 weeks. Where's Breslin? Yeah. Where's Breslin?
but yeah, his one bit of direction when he was acting angry was just like, he's like, I can't find nothing. I can't find nothing! And he would just like thump the table.
I wanted more scenes of that.
Yeah, he'd be searching on did you find anything yet? No! Damn it! No, damn it!
I asked all my Facebook friends. They don't have a clue.
Have you tried Pinterest? What's that?
I'm gonna try my Twitter next. I got 6,000 followers. One of them's got to know.
What's Pinterest? Actually, I don't know what Pinterest is. I don't care. What the fuck? I don't know. Well, it was an album updating my blog. I was just...
I guess the reason we're talking about this is nothing really happens in the jail. That's my problem with this movie is it's very slow.
It is.
I'm all for a cheese factor. That's kind of why I'm down with the Expendables. Is just like it's stupid shit, but it's going on all the time. All it's missing are some boobs, and you've got just the token 80s action send up. I mean, that's all you need. But this one, it's like they really tried.
Basically, what I'm saying,
and I didn't appreciate that. Don't try.
Basically, what I'm saying is there's not enough goddamn action. I actually came down a little different than you. When I was watching it, I thought this was an okay movie. When I was watching it,
it was okay.
I thought it was okay. If I'd have rented this movie, I would not have felt like I wasted my time. This was actually not even that bad of a sit in the theater. The only thing I hated, and I'll get to this, was the warden.
Oh, I loved him.
The warden was terrible.
In the same way I like 50 Cent.
Exactly. I actually liked the interaction between Schwarzenegger and Stallone. I kind of liked, the pacing was a little slow, but when you're dealing with a prison break movie and you're dealing with that character, let's just face it, the pacing was, he's learning the routine. He's actually trying to, he's learning the routine. He's trying to plan things out. That's just what the movie is, And I actually kind of liked the way that he was planning this thing. He's collecting his resources. He's, that was okay.
Well, that's fine. It's an escape movie. The problem is besides Schwarzenegger and Stallone, when they're on the screen together, they're great. They're playing off each other. They're palling around. They've got great chemistry. So they're always entertaining when they're together. Other than that, there's no one else, and so you're watching Stallone like looking at people.
Yeah.
And that's it, and that's boring. Like if he had more people to interact with, that would be something. Which they tried later, introducing other inmates.
Yeah.
But it was too little, too late.
The Muslim guy, who I liked. I actually liked that character a lot. But if they should have involved him a lot earlier.
You needed to add one more character actor. If you had James Woods as the other guy who's just waiting out in prison. Like, it would be awesome.
They needed, yeah, you're right, exactly. Yeah, I think you nailed it. Is they kind of needed an ensemble. I was gonna say like kind of Shawshank. Shawshank had a core group of characters, like a group of prisoners that you really identified with. And I am in by no means comparing this to Shawshank. What I'm saying is, for so long in this movie, it's just watching Stallone and Schwarzenegger just like in really close shots, like conspiring, like we have to get to the isolation cell. It's really hot in there, and it's just them like close talking for so long, and you kind of wish there was just a third guy to kind of gab with, and it's not till seriously like the last 20 minutes they involve a third guy in the conspiracy. You're right, you're exactly right. But the pacing I didn't mind so much. That was okay. There's a lot of major plot holes, and even in the jailbreak thing. For instance, this place is supposed to be like uncrackable. They establish early on that every move these guys make, like there's no walls. The walls are like plexiglass. There's cameras on them all the time. But these guys are building like these really elaborate gizmos and trinkets. If at any point these guys had been frisked, it's over. Did these guys never get inspected? Like cell inspections? Or like at no point these guys are carrying around fucking like astrology equipment in their pants. These guys are having meetings with the warden and they're not frisked for weapons. Like I don't know. Like I said, I'm fucking analyzing this, but seriously, we're dealing with the most maximumist security prison ever, and at no point are they patted down. I don't know. There's silly things like that, but otherwise it was okay. But
the warden, is. Why am I brain farting on this guy? Because I know who he is. He's the guy who was in the remake of The Prisoner, and he was Jesus.
Oh my God, Jim Caviezel?
Yes.
That was Jim Caviezel?
Yes.
You just blew my fucking mind because he was horrible.
What did you think he was?
I don't know. He seriously came off like an actor from The Asylum. He was horrible. You're telling me that whoa. 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 Go on. I'm having a moment.
He has this strange character that he's like this. He's like a micromanager / Stepford wife mixed with Lumberg because he's the kind of person like someone will come up to him with bad news and he'd be like the person going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I've calmed down now. Can you get me the reports on this? Yeah. I'm gonna need you to work Saturday.
Yeah, okay, you gotta analyze this performance because I need help.
I guess he's.
So you're telling me
prim, proper.
No, wait. So you're telling me this performance was intentional? You're right?
Yeah.
Whoa. Wow. This was terrible. I thought this was like he's a great actor, and that was like one of the worst performances I've ever seen. If that was intentionally delivered that way, I don't even know what to think anymore. Because like he was definitely a guy I wanted to see slap the shit out of. But like it took me all movie, but I finally figured out who. You see, you're talking like Stepford, you're talking like Lumberg, you're talking like this amalgamation of characters. No, I figured out who he was. He's Turl. He's Turl.
By the end, he was.
Yeah. Well, even by the end, he's on a microphone going. He's like, What was his name anyway?
Breslin?
No. The warden.
Oh.
I don't know. He's I don't know. He's like, this is Wilton, the chief of security. I want Breslin found. Shoot to kill. He really.
You're never going to escape.
He's like, yeah. He's taunting Schwarzenegger, and he's like, well, Russmeyer, it seems that it seems you and your little confidants have run out of luck.
You found holes in my security plan, Breslin.
Yeah.
I'm going to write an addendum to your book. I'm going to write in the margins.
It's not quite that hammy, but it's hard to nail down because he's not quite that fruity, but he actually, damn it, this is why Jim Caviezel's so good, because he's very smug. Yeah, he's like, I want to thank you for finding the holes in my security. I think I shall have to write an addendum to the book. Yeah, so he's just kind of got that little, he's got this very puckish little, yeah. So he's not quite, but he does kind of amp it up to Turl when he's on the, because by the end when he's like going full psycho and chasing Stallone around, he's like, yeah, Turl, I want him found immediately, So he doesn't do the British thing except when he's like screaming, But yeah, but he's like, where it really started getting to me was when Schwarzenegger's doing that thing where he's like, I want to talk to Ross. His name is Ross. He's like, I want to talk to Ross now. And so as soon as the interrogation starts, he's like, you have 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7 seconds. It's almost like John C. McGinley from Highlander 2. Not not quite that smarmy.
That was well done.
I've had just about enough of you. That was well done. Goodbye, Attila. So yeah, it was. But by the end, yeah, it was very Turl. Really an astonishing performance. Breathtaking. I could not look away.
I was waiting for like a killer line from him.
Yeah.
Because I just remember the remake of Death Race. They had Joan Allen slumming it as as the warden, and her line for the movie was something like, "Now we'll see who shits on the sidewalk."
Yeah, that's right.
I don't even know what that means.
I have no idea the fuck that means.
It's great, but I was waiting for Jim Caviezel to.
We did get that line
for Jesus to get that. See who shits on the sidewalk.
It wasn't so much a line, but we did get that moment.
Or some motherfuckers always ice skating uphill. Something like that.
We did get a moment that it will live on in memory.
Yeah,
we didn't get a line though.
So for most of the movie, the kind of plot is that Schwarzenegger is there because he knows a guy named Mannheim. At least that's what they're telling us. And this part we weren't totally paying attention for, but they kind of gloss it over.
I was, but this went right over my head.
Mannheim is supposed to be, I guess, a Robin Hood figure that he steals from the rich and gives to the poor.
I missed this completely. And
that he's supposed to disrupt the financial systems of something. But long story short, that they want to get the information of where Mannheim is from Schwarzenegger.
No. Short story short, they mentioned this once.
He's the MacGuffin, but they just blitz over it. They want Schwarzenegger has the information of where he is. They want to get it, and so he partners up with Stallone, and they work on their escape.
Yeah,
and the rest of the movie is not much to comment on as far as like the machinery of that, because they're just they're looking for the way to get out. They plan their escape and they do that. There's nothing really, but we get to the end.
Yeah.
They find out that they're on a gigantic boat,
Which
we were kind of disappointed because we both had the same prediction, or at least wild hypothesis.
You thought this too?
Yes.
Okay.
I was just hoping and praying that we'd cut to 50 Cent and he's on his computer.
Yeah.
And he's just, because he pulls up the blueprints of it.
I traced the signal.
He's like, I found the blueprints. This is super secret prison. And this is all black ops and Blackwater and all these buzzwords.
No, he's like, no, you have to say, I triangulated the signal.
and so we're both hoping, because she's asking, like, find out where it is, and we're hoping and praying that he would come back and just be like, oh my god, it's in space.
I triangulated the signal, and it's on the moon. Oh, that'd be great, it's on the moon.
They're never gonna break out of that.
How's he gonna... Damn! How's he gonna break out of the moon? It can't be done!
That would be an inescapable prison.
It'd be like the next Snake Plissken movie. Escape from the moon! That'd be... Write that down.
Oh, we already had Lockout.
Yeah. How do you escape from the moon?
No, it's a giant boat, and so
Yeah.
so they work on breaking out, and they get a message, and Mannheim sends a helicopter that's full of machine guns, and so they
It's a helicopter full of machine guns.
that's their escape plan.
He sends an email. He does. He sends an email. He's like, need a helicopter full of machine guns. I need a helicopter phased plasma rifle with 40-watt range.
That's when all's said and done. That's their escape plan.
Yes.
I want a goddamn copter full of machine guns.
Right?
Chapter 10 to the Breslin Book of Escape Artists. Look out for helicopters with full of machine guns.
The irony of that was not lost on me, because he actually has this really good escape plan. You know, at the beginning, he's like, they're going to put us in this hot box, and I noticed the rivets are steel, so if I, like, magnify the heat on the rivets, they'll expand and the rivets will pop out, and I'm going to crawl in the hatch, I'm going to climb up the hatch and escape. I'm like, that's brilliant. So he does that, and he's on a boat, and he's like, shit, I can't get off the boat. And then he's like, okay, what's plan B? Start a riot! He starts a riot, and they climb up on the deck, and they get a fucking helicopter full of machine guns. I'm like, that's a brilliant plan B. The helicopter full of machine guns. The fuck didn't I think of that? Yeah, prison breaking is easy when you got a helicopter full of fucking machine guns.
To write that chapter.
Chapter 11. Have a helicopter full of fucking machine guns. Yeah, it's real easy when you know Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's real easy when you know the goddamn Terminator.
So.
Have a Terminator.
So.
Get down.
And there was another moment that we were missing that we're both on the same page for so much of just stupid moments that were missed out is the warden has Stallone trapped at the bottom of the ship.
Yes.
He's giving his hammy performance. He's like, you're never getting out of here.
I'll find you.
And he's on the microphone. He's giving his evil rant. And Stallone is in this water pressure pipe.
I'll find you, Breslin. Oh, I read your file. I know why you've come here. Is it because of your wife? Your pretty daughter?
Of course his wife and daughter are dead. And so that guy gives the wah wah, boo-hoo, your wife and child are dead.
Do you miss them? It must be very comforting to you to know that you'll be soon joining them. You know.
So he's in this water pressure pipe, and they turn on all the electronics again, and the water's bubbling around him. And meanwhile, Stallone or Schwarzenegger, he's near the chopper, and they're getting to the chopper.
Yeah,
and
this is hard to illustrate because you kind of got to see it. So like, Okay, go ahead.
Helicopter's
taking off.
But before this, I forgot. We got to get to this before this.
Okay.
He's like, no, you gotta wait for wrestling. No time. And people are piling out. Guards are piling out with machine guns. And we get the slow. We get the slow motion of him just going like, "It's on, motherfucker."
Yeah.
And he pulls off the giant ass machine gun, and I said that this was like Army of Two, where he activates a special power on the Xbox 360.
Yeah.
Double click both of his thumbsticks, and now he's entered kill mode, and so time slows down.
It does. He enters bullet time.
He enters bullet time, and he's just in ultra rampage where he doesn't run out of ammo.
No.
He just wades into these people out in the open, and then he eventually reaches the point where his death meter runs out, and he's back to normal shoot mode, and he's just like, shit, we're now out of time. I'm out of my special ability.
I'm out of beast mode.
He's out of beast mode.
We gotta go to the chopper.
We gotta get to the chopper. So he's out of time. He's like, we gotta go. I know I was gonna wait for Stallone, but no. So they get to the chopper, and
super meter.
They're taking off, and so meanwhile Stallone is down below.
Helicopter's going up,
and he's in the water pressure pipe, and the
gauge is going up.
The gauge is going up. The water is boiling up around him. I'm just like, oh, if you make it to where he shoots up and out of the ship, and he grabs onto the thing of the helicopter, I will give this movie 5 stars.
Yeah, I was like, this is gonna be so fucking epic. He's gonna like the fucking tank is like he's gonna launch out of the deck. And then Arnold's gonna be like, and there's gonna be that big epic moment. There's gonna be a slow mo, and they grab. I got you.
Manly grab.
yeah. I was like, it's gonna be so fucking epic. It doesn't happen.
That flushes him below the ship.
It's true. Yeah, it flushes him like a turd, and we were like, oh,
damn it.
That was such a letdown. They were building it up like he was gonna shoot out of there like a fucking bottle rocket.
That was gonna be so glorious.
Cause I was like, it's gonna happen. He's gonna fucking fire out. I didn't think he was gonna like grab it. I thought he was actually gonna like fire out and just land in the helicopter. He's like,
oh no, it was gonna be like the hang on to
the side rail.
That's the action movie thing. But
it's like, what took you so long? He was like, I was in the toilet or something like that. He's like, I had to take a flush or something. I don't know.
So they're on the chopper, they're getting away, and the warden comes out.
The best moment in the movie.
And he's got the gun, he's shooting, and he's the most. Everyone else is a stormtrooper.
He's the best shot in the fucking.
And he's the best shot because he's the bad guy. And so he shoots Arnold in the token shoulder wound. He's like, and Stallone is like, give me a gun. And so he throws a gun down. He does the trailer moment where he's like, and so he fires a couple shots. He misses. And so he sees below him there's these barrels.
Explosive video game barrels.
Of course, movie barrels. And so he shoots it several times. So the oil comes out and is leaking. And he and Stallone, the warden and Stallone
They lock eyes.
They lock eyes. And he points the gun down, he shoots several times to the barrels, and it zooms into Caviezel's face, and this is his reaction. Go ahead.
I can't, I have to get close to do it justice. May I?
Yeah.
Okay, so again, I have to set it up. So, like, he shoots the barrels, he shoots the barrels, oil leaks out, and then it's that moment where you know, like, he's gonna blow the barrels up. And so, he looks down.
I got you, motherfucker.
Jim Caviezel looks down, he sees the oil leaking out around his feet, and then he looks up, and he sees Stallone, and Stallone's like, boom, boom. And then Jim Caviezel does this. Hang on. He's like, I'm not doing it right. Sorry. It's like I said. This is such a nuanced performance. Because We both have to try it because it's. Hang on. Yeah, you try it. You try it. Because we were. They got it. You got to kneel down a little bit. Okay. That was good. That was really good.
It was just like his realization that
He's like, yeah.
I'm in a Stallone movie. Yeah, this is how it'd end.
It's like that's pretty much it. It's like, and it was kind of like, yeah, it was kind of my fault. I was hiding. I was hiding behind the video game explosive barrel. I was like,
There he is, where it's like, yeah, I fucked up. That's on me.
He's like, yeah.
It's like, yeah.
It was such a fucking weird reaction. He's not like, no! Or it's not like, damn you! He's like,
Hey, it's so many reactions to people dying, and just like, no, or fuck you. And
he's like, I'm not gonna shoot you between the eyes. I'm gonna shoot you between the balls. No.
He's like, yeah.
He's like, or I don't know. He gets so many reactions. From hell's heart, I stab at thee. What are you gonna do?
That'll happen.
That'll happen. Yeah, that'll happen. What other reactions can we get from famous villains who end up dying? I don't know. Like let me think. It's usually no or something. You know.
Or he'll give like scream out the guy's name, like McBain!
Breslin! I've seen that a couple of times, but I'm trying to think, like, it's usually kind of like a resigned thing where he's kind of like...
There's some people that are resigned.
It's kind of a resigned, like,
but this one is more like amusement.
Yeah, he's
just like, yeah,
he's
you got me.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's a fair cop.
Yeah. He's like, man, you got me.
And both of them fail on a killer line afterwards.
Yeah.
Stallone goes boom, and then Schwarzenegger goes, "Have a pleasant end to your day."
I was like, what the fuck was that? What was that? It was like, have a pleasant end to your day or something.
Yeah.
I was like, what? What? Like boom? That was weak. That was really weak. But at least it involved an explosion of boom. But I was like, okay, we're talking about a Schwarzenegger movie. Have a one-liner ready, please. Immediately I was like, it's been a barrel of laughs. That was the one I had. Or like, you had, what was yours? Like,
oh no, it was...
yours was fucking awful.
I was like, tankers for the memory.
Tankers for the memories? I was like, fuck you.
I froze.
You panicked. So you would be hanging on that ladder and you'd have been like, I'm Schwarzenegger and you're still, I'd be like, really?
It's the equivalent of you going, keep an eye out for your stingray, and I go, yeah, see ya.
You stole my line.
Damn it.
Damn you. I just barrel of laughs. Dude, fuck it.
You're fired. It's over.
You're Fired was a good one from True Lies. True Lies was a great one because You're Fired was great. I'm trying, but yeah, there's a ton of explosion lines you could have come up with. You know, there's endless ones. You know, narrowing it down to the barrel thing, that limits you somewhat. I'd be like, it's on like Donkey Kong. What? Because of the barrels. Oh. Okay. But have a pleasant day or whatever. I was like,
we're just not going to mention that one. All right.
I got shot, okay? I'm bleeding.
I think maybe that stunned them as they're expecting the no, and when he goes, they're just like,
Yeah, I'd be like, oh my god, did you see that? Like,
Have a pleasant end to your day.
yeah,
motherfucker.
yeah. Me and you were just completely incapacitated by that because of all the hundreds of reactions. We were not ready for that. Not ready for that. Because like I'm trying to think of like. The world is mine! You know, like I've seen delusional laughter. I've seen, like the only other reaction, like I've seen is, I wish I could remember what movie, but it was an explosion where he realizes there's like a bomb beneath him, and he's like, you know, it was kind of like, oh shit.
You know, one I remember that's close to it is Broken Arrow.
Yeah.
Where it's John Travolta. He sees that the train is getting derailed, and so the thermonuclear device, which is sitting on some pallets,
doesn't he just kind of smile at that though?
Is flying towards him, and yeah, he just kind of smiles and stands up. He could have just stepped left or right, but he was just like,
well, it was a nuclear bomb.
It's the end of the movie. No, but it wasn't gonna go off.
But at the train fucking exploded. It exploded. He's dead. Now, he did get fucking
but still, I'd rather get blown up than have a torpedo cut me through.
That's a weird tangent, dude. I'd rather be dead than dead. See ya.
I don't want a torpedo through the balls.
I don't want a torpedo hit me in the nads before I die. That would suck.
Why are you standing up for that?
Why am I standing up for a torpedo in the nads, dude? You're weird.
That's just wrong.
That was Jim Caviezel.
So, they get... They get to the mainland, they're giving their action hero goodbyes, and so we get the twist of the movie.
I can't believe that... Okay, go.
The truck rolls up that's bringing Schwarzenegger back to his trailer, and the woman gets out of the truck, and it's
from the beginning of the movie.
It's the woman from the beginning of the movie who's offering Stallone the mission
to
go into the prison, and he's like, what?
Yeah.
And everyone in the
audience...
I'm
like, what?
Everyone in the audience is like, what? And Schwarzenegger goes, I'm Mannheim all along.
And I immediately ask, who's Mannheim? Because I don't know. I'm like, who?
And he's like, this is my daughter. Can't you tell the resemblance?
And I'm like, she doesn't have an accent. And I'm like, no, I can't tell her.
And he's like, he goes, when I got captured, my daughter sent in the best, which was you, to come learn how to break me out of prison. And everyone's still going, what?
And I'm like, so is she CIA or isn't she? Never answered.
But Stallone's like, so is the obvious bad guy still the obvious bad guy? And he's like, yeah, Vincent D'Onofrio is still the obvious bad guy. Even though we sent you in, he still somehow sold you out.
Yeah.
Making that worse. I guess?
Like, yeah, she's like, we sold you out, and then he double sold you out. Right?
So that makes him bad.
Yeah.
Okay. And everyone's still like, oh, what?
And I'm still like, who's Mannheim? Seriously, I'm like, you're like, shut up. And I'm like, no, I want to know, who the fuck is Mannheim? And you're like, I don't, you're like, I don't know, really. And they mentioned Mannheim once. One time. And it was like...
It was just part of an exposition dump.
Yeah.
Like, we know all the way through the movie that Mannheim is important to them, and they want money from him. But Vincent D'Onofrio, obvious villain, and Jim Caviezel, they are on the phone for like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And he's like...
That was a great info dump, by the way. They spill everything in that phone call.
and it's just vomit, just and you're just like, okay.
They're like, Ross, I've been paying you. He's like, Ross, I paid you $2.5 million for the privilege of getting Breslin into that jail, and I never want him to come back. That was the deal. And he's like, I know that was the deal, as was getting Mannheim in exchange. Remember that? Yes, I do.
Why is Mannheim so important? Well, you see, and you're just like...
He's like, why is Mannheim so important to you? Because he's going to bring down the entire...
Because Wall Street's firewalls and financial system will be in tatters and...
That's not my problem, Ross. And what is my problem is Breslin. You take care of him,
Hang up a cell phone like
yeah, he's like 50 Cent. Trace that call.
And so I love this plot twist. No, I loathe it, but I just open.
Make up your mind.
I loved it for the plot holes that it just opened up because it's so unnecessary.
Yeah.
I could have just edited this film to where, like I said, I didn't even need reshoots. I just would have showed him in a helicopter with voiceover going like, "Thanks for breaking me out of jail.
No problem, man. Like,
see you on the other side. Yeah, I'll see you sometime too." And then credits.
Yeah.
And nothing about that revelation makes things any different.
It doesn't change anything.
It doesn't change anything. I mean, that's the best part about it, is when you have a twist that changes nothing but is complete bullshit. Because, like, for one, it's not so much a plot hole, but it reveals that Blondie and 50 Cent do absolutely nothing to help Breslin through this whole movie.
They're useless.
They are useless. We have this entire subplot. We're going back to them every 20 minutes where they're just like, "Did you find anything?" "Nah." And it turns out they do nothing.
Yeah.
Literally nothing.
At one point, 50 Cent brings up like the not even schematics. He brings up seriously like a Google image search of like something the prison might look like, which is something we already knew 15 minutes ago.
But they don't even know that's the prison facility.
Yeah, they guess.
They don't know where he is. They don't know what he's in.
Yeah.
Who he's with.
They know nothing.
They know nothing. And they do nothing.
They never know anything at any point until he literally shows up at their front door.
Great team.
So, like...
Fire Fitty.
Like, seriously, every second we spend with them is wasted.
Yes.
They provide no exposition. They don't.
No.
They don't help with Vincent D'Onofrio in any way at all. Because even when they find... like
They don't even know Vincent D'Onofrio is the villain.
They figure it out.
Even though he's the obvious villain.
No, they figure it out by the end. They're like, something's fishy
because
about
Breslin told them.
Basically.
But, like, on their own, they'd just be like, "Huh, he's acting peculiar."
Yeah, that's
and
all they
just go
figure
about
out.
their business.
Yeah, they figure out that something's fishy with that guy, and they're like, "We need to find Breslin, though. First things first." Yeah. And then, like, he just goes back to typing, and I'm like...
Playing Words with Friends.
And then, when they finally figure it out, they do this flashback where they're like, "What about Vincent D'Onofrio? What happened to him?" And they're like, "Well, as soon as we figured it out, we showed up in his office, and he's gone." So they contributed 0.
And another thing is, so the daughter of Mannheim sends Breslin in to infiltrate the prison and get him out. Okay. And she knows that Vincent D'Onofrio is the obvious villain. Immediately. And she knows that he sold him out. So, why doesn't she go to Blondie or 50 Cent and go, "Hey, this guy's an obvious villain, and he was sent here."
And he's been working at every turn to sabotage their efforts to save him. and the fact that he's in active, constant communication with the warden, something that she could maybe work to tap the line, maybe to find out where it is. And since they're info dumping every single fucking detail of their plan on the phone, that might actually be a worthy plan.
No, it'll all sort itself out.
Or maybe, considering they're with the CIA, presumably she is with the CIA, and apparently they've shown no compunctions about disappearing motherfuckers in a maximum security deep sea vessel. I don't see why they wouldn't mind throwing a garbage bag over Vincent D'Onofrio's head and beating the location of the ship out of it. Why wouldn't they? Am I wrong? Take a fucking sock, fill it with a bar of soap, and beat the location out of Vincent D'Onofrio. What the fuck is wrong with that plan? I don't see why she wouldn't do that. She's got access to the CIA's infinite resources. Now, like, okay, I'm not saying the CIA would willingly give up the location to this, but there has to be something she could do to at least aid in the rescue of this guy. She's just like, she's completely hands off. Like, as soon as this guy gets into the jail, she admits immediately. She's like, oh yeah, I knew this guy was dirty from the beginning. And I'm like, why the fuck didn't you say nothing, you stupid bitch? Yeah. Because he acted, like, several times, he actively... He actually harms them by telling the warden that Breslin is involved. Because the warden doesn't know until D'Onofrio tells him. He's like, oh yeah, by the way, the greatest escape artist in the history of ever is in your jail. Oh, you didn't know that? Well, he is. You know? And so, when that happens, their entire escape plan is fucked, and they have to start over again. You know, so, like, if she'd have done something, like pull her thumb out of her ass, it might have helped. I don't know. So yeah, major plot hole. This movie is hardly the Shawshank Redemption.
It is no Great Escape.
It certainly is not. This movie sucks. I kind of liked it though.
It had its moments.
It did.
It was fun to pick apart and kind of mock. It was just too slow at times for me to really give it a recommendation.
Yeah. This was a terrible movie that I had fun with. I hate giving this kind of recommendation because I actually take a lot of flack for this. I actually don't like being that guy. I like giving recommendations to good movies. I don't like being the guy to recommend schlock. You know, this isn't schlock. This is I'm overstating things when I say this is a terrible movie. It's not a terrible movie. It's okay. I don't feel like I wasted my time. This is a decent little. It's a rental. You know, I would rent this movie if I want to watch Stallone Schwarzenegger kind of, you know, fuck around and escape from a jail. It's okay. When you get down to it, when you start to analyze it, it's fucking ridiculous. But it's a Stallone Schwarzenegger movie. What do you want? You know, and that's where I go. It ain't Shakespeare. No, it ain't. No, it's kind of the excuse. I actually did kind of appreciate where it falls apart is the third act, where it just kind of falls back on the helicopter full of machine guns. I was actually really appreciating how he was setting up the escape. You know, everything up until, like, you know, he was building up a sextant to figure out the location, and then they're just like, fuck it, helicopter and machine guns! And I'm like, you establish this really smart, intellectual guy who can, like, MacGyver up shit and escape, and he's using all of this intelligence and smarts to outmaneuver, like, the best prison ever, and then helicopter and machine guns! I don't know. I was like, that... Sam Neill is in this movie.
Yeah.
Why?
Wasted on that.
Did they ever mention why he works in this ship? Like, Stallone keeps trying to get this out of him. He's like, why are you working this boat, man? And he's like, I'm not telling you. And then he just, like, goes away.
For as distracting as he is, he might as well just pop in every 5 minutes to go, I'm Sam Neill.
Yeah. He just walks in and he's like, I'm Sam Neill. I was in Jurassic Park. And he, like, leaves.
That's all he contributes. He doesn't have any scenes where he's got to be, like, tortured or something. Just every 5 minutes, just like, Sam Neill.
He's like, would you send an email for me? He's like, no. There's one scene where he's tortured, and this is the most on-the-nose, blunt force scene ever, where, like, they're trying to, like, guilt Sam Neill into helping them. And so, like, every time, they're trying to wear him down to, like, guilt him into it. And so, like, Stallone keeps coming in all beat up, and he's like, remember your oath? You're a doctor. Remember your oath. And so he walks away, and he comes back, and he's been stabbed, and he's like, you gotta help me, Sam Neill. Remember your oath. And he leaves. He's like, you gotta send an email, Doc. You gotta, I'm Mike Breslin. You gotta believe me. Remember your oath. And then he leaves. And so then the next scene, this is the one scene where he's looking tortured. He's sitting at his desk and it's all dark, and he's got this big fuck off bottle of like whiskey, and he's all drinking it, and he's got like the book of how to be a doctor. It really is. It's like the book of doctorness, you know. And it's like chapter 1, page 1. And on the top it says page 1, the Hippocratic Oath. And it's like the first line.
Highlighted. There's like a special beam of light to go right where it is.
Beam of light with this big line over and under it, and it's got the Hippocratic Oath, and he's reading it really slow. And he's like, oh, yeah.
That's what that oath was.
Fuck. I remember it. And then there's like this swelling music, and he's like, I remember my oath. And then I'm like, fuck you, movie. Remember my ass. I get it. They're just, but that whole scene where he's like, remember your oath, and I'm like, that was not working. They never do answer, like, they must have mentioned something where, like, but yeah, why was Sam Neill on that ship? They
need a doctor. That's about it.
But, like, why was he imprisoned there? Like, in Alien 3, for instance, and God help me, why am I using that as a good example? But, like, the doctor there, they explain why Charles Dance, the character, was the doctor there, because he was a morphine addict and stuff like that. I don't think they ever mentioned that. He's just like, why are you here? I don't know. And then he just, like, goes away. He's like, I'm Sam Neill. And he leaves. Anyway. Would you recommend, in closing, would you recommend people see this movie?
Like I said, rental.
As would I. I would say this is pretty much the definition of a rental movie, if you're going to see it. This is the definition of a Netflix movie, you know, if you're going to go see it. I think if you saw it in a theater, you wouldn't feel like it was time wasted, but I wouldn't go seek it out. There's so many other movies in the theater right now that, I mean, I admit I haven't seen them, but with like Captain Phillips and Gravity.
Captain Phillips.
You know, honestly, I think if I hadn't insisted that we see a movie that you hadn't seen before, you would have clubbed me over the fucking head and made me see Gravity or Captain Phillips. In fact, I think you might actually like tomorrow to be like, we're seeing Gravity. Even the person giving the tickets kind of looked. Initially, I was like, Gravity. Wait, what have you? I was like, Gravity. Wait. What haven't you seen? No. 2 for Escape Plan. And she's like, she's like, really? Okay. Yeah. So like, especially when you're looking at the list of things available right now, that you can do so much better. Again, not saying it's a bad movie. It's okay. Again, really faint praise, especially since I just lumped that in with Pacific Rim. Don't even get me started. Oh, fuck. Now I just dug a hole I'll never get out of. Anyway. This will not be the last movie review we do. That I guarantee you. It will simply be one of the last that we do in person. I imagine that we will do something over Skype.
Sure.
You know.
we'll go see a movie. We'll get together on Skype and we'll do something like that. This is probably the last time we'll do something on video. It won't be that hard to do something on Skype, because people will miss you, man. People like you better than they like me. So I cannot do this alone, my man. I cannot do the movie review alone. So we will work something out. Until then, you have anything else you want to say? One more. Give me one more. Have fun.